Alright, hello and welcome to Ben's OP Games. We're recorded live 6 p.m. Pacific Time, twitch.tv/TheGameFanatics every Friday. Rain or shine, whether or not Joel has decided, oh, my carpets are dirty, I have to get them cleaned, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's the icon I'm looking for, Delphox, thank you. And then Logan's like, oh, I think I'm going to go to a concert, but I'm not going to tell you who the band is because it's probably some terrible emo garbage that I probably would also enjoy. Anyway, I didn't think it would bother you. I didn't notice it first, to tell you the truth. So the show is just me. I guess I could have probed out. I tried to see if Greg was interested, but he doesn't care about either of these games. So we're going to be talking about Sea of Thieves and Ni no Kuni 2, starting off with Sea of Thieves. I could, Delphox, we could, but it's too late. It's too late to do that. The wheels are already in motion. If you're interested, I would gladly have you on the show. But it's too late. Too late. Think of your Sea of Thieves questions. So this is Sea of Thieves that you're seeing in the background. And let's get the really good stuff out of the way before I forget. Because not that there's like a ton of bad stuff. It's just easy to kind of forget sometimes how stunningly gorgeous Sea of Thieves is. You can't see it in the maps I'm constantly looking at like a psychopath. I've never played these two games anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Who has? And I'm only playing this because of Xbox Game Pass. You can get a trial of it for 14 days. I'm giving it a shot. Man, okay, here you can start kind of seeing it. The game is gorgeous. I'm playing it on PC. Max settings, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I love the way it looks. The sunrise, sunset, the waves. Like just being on a ship and having it be rocked by the waves is super cool. I loved Wind Waker. What I loved about Wind Waker was the sailing. So I'm super into this. At least the sailing idea of it. But I guess my experience with it, quite honestly, it's fun. It's enjoyable, but it has a lot of problems, and it really does feel like an alpha still. There is straight up no tutorial, no nothing at all. And if I hadn't heard Wombat on the Cheap Ass Gamer podcast explain how to do some of this stuff, like even basic shit, I would have been lost. So you start in an outpost, and you can go to one of these three vendory people and get a quest. You get the quest, then you go onto your ship, you put the quest down on a table, and then activate the quest, and then it tells you what to do. Then it gives you a map, right? Okay, fine. That's obnoxious. That's stupid. I don't know why it tries to be so confused. I mean, you're supposed to put it on the table and vote for it with other players. But if you're playing by yourself, it doesn't even make it clear that that's what you're supposed to do, right? You take these contracts, it's not like, what do I do with these contracts? Oh, I go to this table. Oh, okay, fine. You have to figure out stuff for yourself, and I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. Like, you gave me the ship, and I'm figuring out, oh, I raise the anchor like this, okay, and I can lower the sail. Oh, right, this is really cool. And what if I do this? I remember I hit the side of a cliff or something, and I went down. I think I went down below deck. I went below deck to check out the map, and I just happened to see like, oh, I'm being flooded. Like there's a hole in the boat, and I instinctively, like I've played games before, some of them. I figured out, okay, I got wood. I'm gonna plank up the holes in the ship. So I put a bunch of planks of wood in the holes in the ship to patch it up, and then I get my bucket out and I start scooping up the water out of the back of the buckets, and that's all really cool. And I think that makes sense, and it works, and that's fun. I think the fact that there are only three, let's just call them guilds, to do stuff in, is where it starts to be super content light. So there's one where it'll be, hey, there's a treasure chest over here, and it'll just show you, like, this is what I'm doing right now. It'll show you a picture of an island, and you have to find on the map where the island is, and then you take out your treasure map and you find the X on the map, you dig up the treasure, you put the treasure on your boat, you take the treasure back to any outpost, and you give it back to that vendor. And then you, ta-da, have completed that task, right? That's fun. Digging up treasure is fun, is cool. I don't necessarily mind that I'm not opening the treasure chests. I think it's kind of fun to have a, let me get the treasure chest and let me take it back somewhere and like kind of a deal or no deal. I'm going to bank it in, cash out all my stuff. Well, I really like game shows, so everything in my mind just goes directly to game shows. And Deal or No Deal is a great game show. I don't mind that. So that's one of the quests you can do. The other quest guild is, oh, there's a scary pirate skeleton on this island. And it'll tell you the island they're on. You go find them. You go fight a bunch of skeletons, and then the boss skeleton. And the combat's kind of basic. There's not a lot to it. You got a sword and you have a gun. You can pick is a pistol. Starting off, you have a pistol or like a sniper rifle kind of thing. And that's cool. And obviously there's cannons on the boat. And the game was having plenty of problems to, its first couple days. So I wasn't necessarily able, we'll get to the game shows in a second, wasn't able to play with anyone. In fact, I wasn't able to play the game some of those days at certain times. I only ever ran into a couple people, one of which tried to kill me. And so I had a cool little cannonball shootout with this guy where he just, I didn't see him. All of a sudden he's shooting a cannonball at me and he misses. And then I'm moving my ship to try and get to him. And okay, we're turning. And I shoot him, but he shoots me and I go below deck and I'm putting wood up on the side. And then I go back up and I shoot him again. And that was awesome. But I don't really necessarily want to be fighting random people because it does seem like you could just be ganked, which is not fun in any game ever. And then I ran into another couple of people. Was it today did I play it today or was it yesterday? I have no idea when it was. It was yesterday because I didn't play it today. Did I play it today? What did I even do today? Yeah, it was yesterday. I ran into a couple people. It was clearly a two-person boat that was just like out to shoot at whoever they found. And that's cool. That's fine. I kind of ran away because I didn't really care. Right? And then someone else kind of got into their view and they started fighting them. Those are the only people I've seen. I do think there's a fun angle to be had with the ship battles. Especially if you had two big ships fighting and maybe like a third shows up. Like, this is going to be an intense fight because you can't aim super well. You could also have someone in the crow's nest with a sniper rifle trying to shoot you. That's all really cool. But it's not even... There's like no rewards or no reason to do any of that. So that's kind of strange. And the other guild you can do is poorly explained as well. It's basically a delivery quest and you'll get a crate and the game's like, oh, get a crate from any merchant. I couldn't find the right merchant, so I couldn't do these quests. I just couldn't figure it out. Eventually I found a merchant that would give me the crate. And it's like, oh, you need one red chicken and one white chicken and deliver it over here. And I had the crate, I put the crate on my boat and I said, nah, that quest is dumb as hell. I'm not finding a stupid ass chicken. Like, I sailed to one island and there were pigs on it and not chickens. And I just said, no, not doing it. That's dumb. This is dumb. There's basically a third of the quest line stuff, in air quotes, in this game is stupid and uninteresting. It doesn't make any sense to me at all, and I do not want to do it. Which is not good, especially when the other two quests are basically the same thing. You go to an island and you dig up a chest, and you take it back to base, or you go to an island and beat the head off of a skeleton, and you take it back to base. It's the same thing. They're just kind of, it's very light. There's just not a lot going on. There's upgrades you can buy, but I don't know if they actually make, like, there's a better shovel. But is that better shovel... Does it shovel better? If I buy a better gun, does it do more damage or does it just look cool? I don't know. And quite honestly, I don't even really care to know. But let's go back to the top 5 game shows. So I don't know if I can rank these in order, but my favorite game show is Family Feud. Probably up there in top 3. Family Feud is one of the best game shows of all time. I love it. I love the super stupid nerdy math shit they do behind the scenes, especially nowadays, where you can't win until the final round, where the points are tripled, and it's anybody's game, you know. Because back in the 70s, they didn't do that. Where and they did that thing where the episode, like every episode of Family Feud now, and for the last 20 years, I'm about to destroy my boat and you'll see me go down. The episode will end after the fast money whatever thing, and I love patching up the ship, but before it could just end at any point because they just got a bunch of points, and so it's halfway through the episode, and now we're gonna start another one in the middle of this one. Here's another family, which is weird. So Family Feud, anyway, awesome because it's fun. You can play along with the couch. It's got dumb people. It's got a bunch of dumb people. It's got silly little survey questions, which are fantastic. I love survey questions, which brings me to Card Sharks, a game no one talks about. One of my favorite game shows ever. It is blackjack mixed with high-low statistics, where there'll be 2 contestants. They'll be given we surveyed 100 housewives, which is kind of a weird sentence nowadays, I suppose. And we asked them, like, do you like soap or shampoo? And then, like, out of these people we surveyed, how many people do you think so they like soap more than shampoo? Which is a dumb question. And the first contestant will be like, I don't know, I guess 55, right? And then the other person is like, if it's higher or lower, right? And so if they win, it goes to this other board. If they win the question, it goes to this other board where there's a series of cards they have to flip over. So they'll flip their first card, and it's like, it's a 3. Okay, higher. And then they flip over the next card, and they get to choose to keep going to get to the end to win the round, or they can stop it right there, because if they bust and it's not higher or lower, it's over. Then the bonus round, a little mini game at the end, is also like that. Awesome. I love that. Fun, kind of blackjack thinking for some of it. Really, really enjoy Card Sharks. That's 2 game shows. And I've already talked for like 5 minutes about it. So, what other game shows? See, there's so many. Can I say Legends of the Hidden Temple? I don't know if I can. But I really do love that show. Match Game is one of my favorite game shows. Match Game is great. I really do enjoy Price is Right as well. Whammy or Press Your Luck, whichever iteration, is a really good game show. Worst game show. There's some really shitty, boring ones from the 80s or late 70s, I think, where some of them are basically not Pictionary, but I'm not a big fan of Password, but it's fine. It's like this one game where it's just people guessing, or not guessing, they're answering questions, and it's just trivia questions, and they're trying to get across a board. I forget what it's called. It's actually a decent show, but it's just kind of like, it's like watching, what is that game where you just have questions to answer? I don't remember, but it's that board game. Trivial Pursuit? I think that's it. Anyway, Sea of Thieves. But we'll go back to Sea of Thieves. I really wish Logan was here because he's actually excited for Sea of Thieves, and we tried to play it, but there were server issues and whatever. And it's fun. It's cool. Like, you see this? I got 2 treasure chests. I'm about to go turn them in at the outpost. It's a fun time. It's just, there's literally nothing else to do. I played maybe 4 hours of it, and it's fun to sail around. And I do think it emulates that very well. But is there a content plan for this? Admittedly, I have not been following this game because I said it was stupid from day one. I didn't get it, didn't understand it. You know, there's no PvE. I think if I could load into a match, into an instance or whatever you want to call it, and there were AI controlled boats, and I could go and hunt them for fun, maybe, or not. You know, like there's some interesting elements here, but it feels like a very well polished, super well polished, like release worthy game, but with nothing in it. And that's the strangest part about it. I don't know how to really describe it any more than that. It's really bizarre to play. It doesn't feel like there's anything here or anything to do. And I think it's great that it's on Games Pass. I think that's going to give so many more people the chance to play it who never would have, like me. I never would have played it. I just don't... It feels weird. It's something off about this. I hope there's some kind of messaging. Obviously, the servers being down, they underestimated the popularity of it at launch. So I guess that bodes well for it. But I think a lot of people are going to jump in and they're going to be turned off by the lack of any, not even like tutorial. I'm talking about any guidance at all. Like, just tell me what I'm supposed to do, because you could just straight up get into your boat and go sailing and like not realize what, like, there's nothing to do. I have yet to stumble upon an island. There's no reason to land there, right? You see a cool island, and unless I have a map for something there, I can't just go to the island and find something cool. Like, I'm not gonna see a really interesting island, land there, climb to the top of it, and find a secret chest. And it's like, oh, you found a bonus chest. Go bring this back to the outpost. You know, but watch out. Other people on the map are now notified to your location. And it's like, oh crap, I gotta get this back to the base. And you just like haul ass back to the outpost. That's really cool. There's no safe zones for people shooting you, so even these outposts you could just get killed, which kind of sucks, but I kind of understand it. But back to the exploration funness, I can't find an island, discover a treasure map there. Is there just a secret treasure map there? I don't know, maybe. I don't think so. This game doesn't tell you. Like, Minecraft told you more, I feel like. I understood more how to play Minecraft in my first hour of Minecraft than I feel like I know about Sea of Thieves. It's very, very strange to me. But it's not... At no point was I like, God, this game is terrible. Except when the servers didn't work. When I'm actually playing the game, it's fun. It's fun enough. It's interesting. If you have Game Pass, not games, game, singular pass, it's definitely worth looking at. Definitely worth trying. It's an interesting little thing. I don't see how anyone in their right mind could be like, oh yeah, this is a $60 game. It's so crazy. This is a $60 game. And there's nothing except for the visuals and the polish overall that indicate it is a $60 game. I just don't see the content here. And maybe it opens up. But opens up to what? I doubt it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's very strange. I love sailing on the high seas, though, so I'm down for that. And the weather effects are really cool. Getting shot at by scary boatmen is kind of cool. But I think it's going to have an interesting time. Definitely we'll probably play a little bit more. Probably play some multiplayer with Logan and see if we can get kind of his thoughts next week. And we'll have to see if anything changes in the news or from Rare or from Microsoft as to what's going on. What's the other thing? Oh, there's some really... It is really cool. I forget I got shot. My boat got shot, and I forgot to patch it up. And I went on this island. I thought I was fine, right? I went on this island, got a treasure chest, went back to the boat, and then I went down to check the map, and it's like underwater, and I'm sitting there, oh shit, it's gone. Oh no, the boat's ruined, and yeah, I screwed that one up. Definitely screwed that one up. It has fun moments. It has those fun moments. Looking at the map and figuring out this nonsense. Also, look at how drunkenly I sail. Good God. Let's move on. I forgot when I used to do the show alone, I'd have water to drink. Yeah, there was a reason I had water. There was a reason. Look at this. JRPG, man. Alright, and so the other game I've been playing, and just came out today, was Ni no Kuni 2. Was a big fan of Ni no Kuni 1. And go get some water now. I refuse. And so I hadn't even really been watching much Ni no Kuni 2. I saw the reveal trailer and I was in. You know, I don't need to see more. I don't need to know more. I'm all in on Ni no Kuni. And I think I played about 5 hours of it today. The luxury of having Fridays off. And I really, really, really enjoy it. It does feel kind of like a JRPG sped up. There are moments where, oh, you went over here, like, I don't trust you, and then you'll do like a quest for 30 minutes, and they'll come back. They're like, oh, we're best friends now. All right, well, fine. It does seem to kind of skip over a lot of necessary time involved for some of these characters to make the reactions that they do. I may not have money, but do you suggest it? Well, maybe I'll stream it tomorrow, and you can kind of base it on that. But it's a JRPG, but you're gonna see the battles coming up. It's done. The first one had Studio Ghibli's involvement. This one doesn't. It just kind of has the style of it, it's also got this kind of two worlds thing going on, where there's the real world and then this world, and this man I'm controlling right now is sucked into this other world, and he's walking on treasure chests. But the first game, you were collecting Pokemon type of creatures. In this game, you're not. You have more direct control over the battles. You had kind of limited direct control before, where you would tell them to attack and they just kind of would. You could move them around, but they would kind of attack on their own. Now you're in direct control. Light attack, heavy attack. You have special moves. You can switch to the other characters. You can jump in battle. It's a very fast-paced battle system. It almost feels like a Tales game. I don't know if you've played any of those. I know I've mentioned them before. I think I did Tales of Berseria, talk about that. It feels like a pretty damn good Tales battle system in this. And I love that. It's a ton of fun. I'm sitting there grinding for no reason, just killing these dudes on the overworld because it loads quick enough to where I pop in, beat up this weird little fox man, get a bunch of loot. Every single monster, which I think is fun, every single monster drops 2 things of loot, basically. Like, here's a random material. I don't even know what it's used for, but here it is on the floor. Whee! I think that's fun. I really enjoy that. The art style is very, very gorgeous. I think it's stunning to see in motion some of these things. The story is interesting enough so far. It's kind of like what I was saying earlier with it all cuts ahead very quickly to where it needs to go. Oh, you're my daughter's kidnapped. Okay, I'll go rescue her. Oh, you did? Okay, now we're friends. We were going to kill you earlier, but now we're friends. All right, well, that was quick. That was a quick turnaround. It does that, but it kind of all feels lighthearted and childlike. It's not a hardcore grind. It's not Final Fantasy 11, where you're going to be stuck grinding on a bat for 20 minutes. And I really enjoy it. I don't know. It's just a ton of fun. This gameplay needs to get to the next part where there's combat happening. You can dodge. This does bring up an interesting point. There's been a couple of games I've played recently. I feel like I've changed the default controls. Oh, it was Celeste, where I was playing, which I really enjoyed, but I never really got to talk about. Really enjoyed Celeste, but its controls, like, it tells you, oh, press this button to jump, but you can also press X to jump, but you can also press triangle to jump, but it never tells you. And I'd rather press triangle to jump. And like, you can press circle to dash, but you can also press square to dash, and then it'll do these things like, oh, press R2 to cling to a ledge. I'm like, that's stupid. I don't like that button. Can I press R1? Yes. Why didn't you tell me that? Can I press L1? Yes. Well, that's the button I want to press. But, oh, I'm just going to tell you R2, and you're not going to tell me I can do the other button? It's just really stupid. So this game kind of has that same quote-unquote problem where I changed out the default controls for rolling and dodging. First of all, it wants you to dodge I think by moving the left stick and then doing L1 to dodge in battle, and it's just not intuitive. It doesn't work half the time. It feels like to me it just doesn't make any sense. I ended up changing it to the A button, which is used for almost nothing in battles, to be the dodge button because it made no sense to have it on the shoulder buttons with the other shit I was doing. It's just weird that I feel like that's a more preferred way to play the game. Anyway, so we're getting to the combat eventually. Other characters take place in the battle. You have kind of 3 weapons that you can equip at a time. That's what's happening right here. And it has this gauge that goes up to 100%. When you get it to 100%, if you do a skill with that, it does a more powerful version of that skill. And then it switches to another weapon. So you kind of want to have one of the 3 weapons at 100% at all times, so you could switch to it and do like a cool super move. And it is interesting to have a bunch of weapons and a bunch of loot where, oh, I can equip 3 weapons and a ranged weapon. It's kind of nice to have all these different weapons. Oh, that's just a sword, but this is a fire sword. So now I'm switching to that one and seeing what that one does in the middle of a battle. And that's pretty cool. There's also... what was the other thing? There's a bunch of stuff going on in the battle. There's these little higgledy things, which are like Pikmin sprites that kind of pop into the battle, and they kind of assist with healing or attacking, and if they do a little circle on the ground, you walk over to it and activate it, and they do an attack, and that's cool. I like that. There's base building, which I'm just starting to get to, I believe, where you're establishing your kingdom. I just did a skirmish, which is a really strange word, where you kind of control units around Evan, which is the main character cat dude, and you're fighting other mobs of enemies all on the map, and you're not fighting the same way you were before. And I really want to get to the base building stuff because someone had said it was kind of like Civilization. I think that's super cool to have in a JRPG like this, that it does feel lighthearted and for kids, quote unquote. It's not a hardcore RPG. In fact, it kind of goes out of its way to not show you stats. Like, it doesn't show you, oh, you gained 5 experience points for beating this boss or whatever. It's just like, you get experience, and there's a bar. There's a bar that when the bar reaches the top, you know you've got experience, you've leveled up. Really the only stats you could look at, and they're in the menu. It has all your normal attack and defense stats, but it kind of hides a lot of them for the normal gameplay, except for attack. It kind of simplifies it, and I like that. And in that way, it's another aspect of the game that makes it feel like it is a streamlined JRPG, where you're not sitting here, I'm not going to be playing this game for 100 hours unless I want to. Just like, it's not going to be 100 hours to get to the end. And that's what people are kind of saying, that it's going to be a more 30-hour to finish the story, and that's fine, because I'll do extra, and I'll do, this random quest over here, and I want to explore most of the map. Like, that's what I'm into, so that's cool to me. I don't need to see every single little thing, but I like that it's sped up, especially in the days of, much as I liked Final Fantasy 13, the whole joke with that of, oh, you play 30 hours, and then once you get to it, it gets good, which I disagree. I think it was good the whole time, but it does open up 30 hours in, and this game doesn't do that. After the opening sequence, which is a fun hour or so, now you're off on the overworld, and you can just explore, like, what's over here, what's over there. There's constantly things to pick up, which I think is super smart and rewarding. Like I said, when you defeat an enemy in battle, it's flashy, fast, and it drops 2 items, and I don't even care what any of these items are for. I like picking them up. There's items in the overworld. You don't have to press A to pick it up. You just walk over it and you have it. The only thing you have to activate is a treasure chest, of which of course there are, because it's a JRPG. Come on, get it through your head. That's what these games are. And so if I think I've done maybe, I guess this is the first dungeon thing, which have I even fought anything in this stupid gameplay? Good God. Ridiculous. Because the battle system's a ton of fun. As soon as I started changing and fiddling with the with the controls and got it down to something that was a little smarter than I feel like the ones they gave you, because it was like, press L1 to guard, but if you moving the control stick and you press that button, then you dodge roll. But if you press to block and you're holding that, you can't dodge roll out of it. Like, it doesn't make any sense why I can't dodge roll out of that. So that's why I changed the buttons. It's a whole nonsense. It's just a disaster. So change that, and then really enjoyed it. What else is going on in Ni no Kuni 2 besides the just beautiful style? And this stupid little basement cellar I'm in does not sell it very well, but there's so many cool vistas, even 5 hours into the game, that just stunning to look at. And it really does have that Ghibli style throughout. You're a little king boy, who is there's a coup, and oh no, not king boy anymore. So now you're gonna go and make your own kingdom, which is fine, but it does. This is another aspect of, we'll join up with you. Like, why? Why would this group of pirate people join up with me so easily, and now we're gonna start a nation together, and I'm a king, and I don't. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess it makes sense to somebody somewhere. That's how kings and like fealty works, I guess. Fealty. Have I fought anything in this gameplay? Good God. It's so much fun. There's even air combos. Other little attacks you can do. Come on, little dude. This guy you're playing as Roland, he came from the other world, which is interesting. I hope they're going to go back to that. Ding dong well. Here it is. See, that's something you can collect on the ground? Hell yeah. Just give me all this crap. Let me collect all of it. What is that? A dollop of crude sap. I don't know what that's for, but I want it. I want all of it. When I'm going to build my kingdom, which is going to be the best kingdom, obviously. Stupid tutorials, I swear to God. Here you go. This is the combat. But I want all the sap when I'm making my kingdom. And so at any point during this, and it's also cool because it just takes place on the field and nothing happens. There's no screen. It basically only stops for you to do a little flourish at the end of a battle, and then you just keep walking around. I think that's super cool. It's handled the best I've seen in a JRPG. Most JRPGs do not do stuff like that. The overworld battles do take place on a separate map, but it's like a quick load in, load out. This handles that very well, this other aspect of in the dungeon. But it's very fun. I mean, this is my first 5 hours of the game. Very much what I wanted, because as much as I liked the Pokemon aspect of the first game, it gets so obnoxious with it, where you have 3 characters, and then you have each of those characters has 3 Pokemons, and then you can evolve some of them, and then if you feed food to this one, it raises its attack, and you gotta think of what food to feed this, and so you're just getting a lot of nonsense. This seems to have replaced the nonsense with the fast battle system, which is awesome, and building a kingdom, which is something we don't really do a lot in JRPGs. And you got the Ghibli aesthetic. I'm there, 100% there. No other questions from the peanut gallery? No. Good. Somehow, I thought I'd have more to say about this than Sea of Thieves, but Sea of Thieves, when all you have to say about something is that it's really enjoyable, not a lot to say. So Delphox, let me know if I should stream that. It'll be this or Heavy Rain or Sea of Thieves. You let me know. Because I don't know. Hell if I know. Hell if Sea of Thieves will even work. You know what I mean? It's like the game that could work but never does. I just love picking up trash off the floor. And any game that lets me do that, this is where I discovered there's a jump button, because the game never tells you there's a jump button. I'm like, am I stuck down here? All right, I'll continue Heavy Rain. Thank you. You literally didn't even need to correct that because I didn't notice. But that's where I discovered the jump button. And you could jump, and I'm super excited that you can jump. I love jumping in every game ever. Jumping! There you go. Get some more combat in. This is the beginning area, so obviously the guys are just kind of standing around. But it is super flashy and fun looking, and it's a ton of fun to do. It's just fun. It's easy, and you're kind of just mowing down dudes, but it is a ton of fun. And there's a treasure chest. Like a sword. You're just constantly getting stuff. And it might be nonsense. It might all be garbage. And I think it is all garbage, to tell you the truth. But it's enjoyable garbage. Look at that garbage. I'm jumping. Oh, there's more trash on the floor for me to pick up. Hell yeah. Let's pick up all this trash. I'm hopping, I'm jumping. Alright. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta know about Ni no Kuni 2. There's a lot of trash to pick up off the floor. And as soon as you're done picking it up, you go pick up some more trash. And that sounds negative. But it's definitely not. It's definitely not negative. I want to start playing as the other people too, because they have like the one girl has spears and the other guy's hammers. I'm going to start diversifying my gambits. Alright. With no one else here, except for me, obviously, and there's like a scratch on my arm. I don't know. Am I dying? What's happening? We will end the show a little bit early. Thanks a lot, Joel's rug, for needing to be cleaned. Thanks a lot. Blaming him for all the problems. Since he told me about this. Well, let's look at the clock. Let's see. An hour ago. I'm under the weather and unable to go up my stairs because we have people cleaning our carpets. Yeah. Short show unless you have any questions or any other things that are happening. I can complain about Joel a little more. That is always a good topic of discussion. It's very hot today. It's interesting. There was kind of a heat wave. I don't know. Topic about Devil Joe. Oh, yeah, here you go. Here's my story about Devil Joe. So I did pop in Monster Hunter Thursday night. After the patch went live to see kind of what's up. And I didn't know how he was going to be there. And it just said, oh, do investigations or expeditions to find him. I'm like, okay, fine. So I did a 9-star investigation, a tempered Anjanath, and then he didn't show up there. I did an expedition. I didn't see him. I think I just fought a random Baroth for no reason. Didn't show up there. I looked up what I had to do. He's only 6 or 7 star quests, which I really don't even have any interest to do. I wish he just had popped up on a quest, because then I would go fight him. But at this point, I don't even know if I care enough to go and figure it out. Because I just don't want... He's a roaming creature. I just don't give a shit. Let me fight him. I don't understand the idea of... If you're going to do something like that, at least have it be like the Pink Rathian where there's footsteps and you have to find a bunch of footsteps. Like that I can understand. But he's just going to randomly pop up? That's stupid. It's fucking annoying. I don't got time for it. I will one day, get the platinum in this game. I swear, hopefully. And I will get the Devil Joe. Maybe after they add another thing. Because one monster, I don't know. And not, especially not with Ni no Kuni. If Ni no Kuni was next week, sure, I'll go and hunt the Devil Joe a bunch of times. But I had Sea of Thieves to distract me, and Ni no Kuni. I didn't need to go into that. Now, I'm all but Devil Joe will be a filler thing. If there's nothing coming out for a week. Oh, let me pop into Monster Hunter and see what's happening. But until that changes, no Devil Joe for me. Nope. I have no further inquiries. Alright. Well, thanks for hanging out. Merry Christmas. Go complain to Joel that his carpets are still filthy and that they should just, they need to come back another day and keep cleaning. There's just so much dirt and grime in his nasty floors. Sick man. Alright. Do I have an ending slide for this? Oh, my mouse doesn't work. I mean, that's typical, though. My mouse never works. I don't know why though. See, I wonder if it's an OBS. It just doesn't like mouses. Okay, yeah, complain to that guy. I mean, who does he get off? I can't. My mouse doesn't work. Making carpets. I mean, come on. How dirty is your carpet that you had to have someone like a professional person come and clean it? How come I can't move the mouse? It's insane. All right, goodbye.